Before we continue, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in Texas with the Haitian refugees. Now, first thing I'm going to say is, if you don't think that this has anything to do with racism, then you're probably a newborn. Or maybe you haven't studied any American history. Or maybe you're just blind to facts. Maybe you believe alternative facts. Or maybe, just maybe, you're one of the racists. When you're going to Afghanistan and picking up the refugees and then bringing them in and promising them homes and groceries and money and things like that, it looks a little bad when the Haitian people are being rushed back out of the country and forced to go back to a place where, let's be real, some of them haven't been in over a decade.
Hey, you use your women? This is why your country because you use your women for this. You go, that way. Hey, no.
Just the very concept of talking about this has gotten the racists all riled up and the right-wingers all riled up, and now it's left versus right, Democrat versus Republican. Again, if any of you have been listening to any of my videos, this is simply just distraction tactics to take you away from things they're really doing. Like, for example, how they're trying to destroy the voting system so that the people who lost last time would have a better chance of winning next time. You all have to be able to see through all of this minutia and watch what's happening behind closed doors or behind the window or behind the veil, whatever analogy you want to use. It boggles the mind that all of these things keep happening every day, every week, every month, every year, every decade, every century. It's amazing to me. Now, America's supposed to be full of intelligent people. Well, that's what I've been told the whole time I've been living here. But when I see things like this, it really doesn't show the intellect that the country has. You know what I'm saying? You have to remember, the racism runs deep in this one. If you just look at the history from the very, very, very beginning, from when they took the country from the Aborigines who lived here, and then said that Christopher Columbus discovered the country. These are things that you have to remember when you look at Black Wall Street, when you look at the Red Summer, and all these things I cover in the Black History Monday series. So go ahead and watch those videos if you're not familiar with some of these things that I'm talking about. But the truth of the matter is, Haiti is hated by a lot of the European nations and the United States. And it's a little deeper than just because they're Black. There's a lot of things that went on where the Haitian Revolution and where the Haitians fought the French and forced them out of the country when they tried to enslave them. And as a result of that, the European nations decided, okay, well, we're going to make them suffer. We're going to make things as difficult for them as possible. Now, there's a lot more detail in this, and I'm not going into that in this video. That'll be another video. Now, let's talk about the so-called whips. They're not whips. Again, the racists are all riled up because they're fixated on the word whip. And they're trying to tell you, oh, these are not whips, and it's the left-wingers this, and the liberals that, libtards, any of the other names that they want to mention, whatever. They're both evil sides of the same coin, Republicans and Democrats. So I don't care what side you're on, it's still bad. Now, they're not using whips, but they are using parts of the reins as whips. And the videos don't lie. People can lie, but the videos from every angle clearly show that one of these guys was using that as a whip. Now, those who are familiar with American history understand what the whip means when it comes to darker skinned people. Again, racism. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because, quite frankly, I don't think many of you are going to listen to it. A lot of you are Republican, a lot of you are Democrat. The fact of the matter is they're both evil. Biden's really not doing anything about this, is he? He is the one that wants to rush the darker skinned refugees out of the country while bringing in the Afghan refugees and pretty much presenting them with the keys to the cities. There are 4 states that have closed their borders to this because he is bringing in quite a lot of these refugees from Afghanistan. Now, what about the people here who are homeless? Why don't you give them the homes, the money, the groceries? Why don't you do that for them? These are American citizens that were born here. Well, maybe not all of them, but quite a few of them. But again, what is Biden doing about it? Nothing. Not a single thing. There are so many people who could be helped with the money that they're giving to the Afghan refugees. So many people and families that can be helped with the homes that they're giving away, setting them up so that they have income. So many people who were born here that could benefit from this, right wing and left wing. The left wingers and the right wingers that you both hate are not the ones responsible for bringing the Afghans here. That's Biden and his administration. And he's using something that Trump's administration put in place to get the Haitians out of the country. Again, if you watch my videos, you would have heard me say many, many times, these two parties are flip sides of the same coin. 2 wings on the same evil bird. You may have seen the Republicrat bird that I put in some of the videos. For those who don't know what that is, here it is. So the gentleman running away represents us, basically. I really don't know what's going to happen to the United States because you're all brainwashed and they've got you all fighting against each other while they can enjoy their millions of dollars. They can enjoy you voting them into office over and over again, only to screw you over and over again. It's like you don't learn. It's like you can't think for yourselves. You can't see through the nonsense. And I don't understand how it's so difficult because to me, it's plainly obvious. They don't care. They have never cared. I don't know where you even get the impression that they cared at all. But I digress. I said this wasn't going to be long, and it's not. This is like a mini wake-up call, so we're not going to go the full length. I just want to leave you with this. If you continue to fight each other, if you continue to break each other down, if you continue to attack each other, they're going to keep getting away with everything. The right-wingers are always talking about the elite and how they control things, yet they keep voting for people who keep the elite in power. The Democrats are always talking about the elite need to pay their fair share, yet they keep coddling the people who keep the elite in power. They don't care. You all need to do more research. You need to open your eyes and your ears, and you need to start being more aware. I'm gone.